she said, like, you want to come with me or stay with your dad? And to have to, I think it might have even been 13, you know, and to have to sit and make that sort of choice was pretty difficult. Over the fence going down the straight, and I've gone storming over to him, calling him everything, and dirty bastard and all that, and he looked at me and he said, if you'd have had the balls, there was room. Yeah, a big shake up, yeah, because I didn't know that sort of thing happened, really. I bought my first ever point off Ken. Yeah, it was a Halifax. That must have been 66 or 67. Do you want to get through the next round? I went, yeah, of course I do. You know, I was a kid, wasn't I? And he just went, it cost you £5. And that was it. It was done. I paid him the £5 the next time I saw him, and it was done, you know, and he moved over and gave me the point. It was part and parcel of Speedway. Every second half final I rode in at the King's Lynn was split, but I physically got done for fraud. We had a friendship relationship rather than a teammate relationship, and I had to prove that I was better than him. We just split the money.
Happened everywhere done that.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was a done thing. It was all the points money just split into 4, so everyone got the same. It was just full of bullshit. He wasn't a good team manager, you know, nothing. He was a super person, but he just didn't have enough go in him to be a good team manager, you know. We should have been dragged over the coals for that, and nothing was ever said. I've got to say, though, we're the nicest people I ever met. People thought there was a thing going on between us, and it was only what people had made.
Did you ever show any resentment towards
him? No, not at all.
You didn't have, did you speak? Did you get
yeah, we were fine, you know. Yeah, all the time. It was just, it was other people, not us. I said, I will not ride for Reg Fearman. You know, I didn't like Reg Fearman. I didn't want to ride for him. I've always said that. Not just then. I'd always said it. You know, I would never ride at a Reg Fearman track. I was Paul Speedway and he wanted to be. 100% telling the truth about exactly what happened. And it hurt quite a lot. Yeah, they wanted me out and they just found a way to do it. I was going to go down that Wednesday to have it out with them. But they got the police involved and I was warned not to go there. We could have all been banned for life. It was double dealing. How can you be found guilty of fixing a race when they haven't got the proof that you fixed it? You know what I mean? But we did. I mean, a lot of people used to take the piss out of him because he used to wear his gloves to unload his bike. And
did he?
Oh yeah, I mean, he was very precise. You know, he put his gloves on and he'd unload the bike. And people used to take the piss, but I didn't. That's how he was, you know. And we got on good for it. We just had to completely deny we knew what was going on. We were setting them up with stories, you know, and that's how we basically got away with it. My favourite saying is with Speedway, I came into Speedway with nothing, and I absolutely left Speedway with nothing. That was the most stupid thing they ever did. It must have been a World Team Cup or something. There was Ray Wilson, Martin Ashby, Terry, me, oh, Louis, yeah. And we're all going, we had nothing to talk about, so it come up that about deals. And we all went, well, let's tell each other what we're getting. You know, we were talking about teams and who was worth what and everything. And someone said, well, no one knows what it's worth. We should, I think I said it, we should all tell each other what we're getting. And then if like, you put in for a transfer, they're only going to get me for the same money, so they won't get rid of you, you know. I think it was the biggest con in Speedway that I've been involved in. Tory Kittleson was the referee. He was a big mate of Ollie's. He talks about himself so much, and it rubs off, and you think, you know, this is how you've got to be. He showed me a few things with a clutch that I didn't do. I didn't know you did do, you know. Yeah, he said you're the biggest problem with English riders, they live at home and they haven't really got to put themselves out. I could have done a lot more. I could have ridden a lot more, which I should have done, you know. I should not have sat around on my arse, not riding the continental grass tracks, you know, and all that sort of thing. Used to moan and groan about not getting sponsorship.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, we don't get the sponsorship that Ivan and all that get, but we never ever put ourselves out to go and get it. But then you just only moan about it, you know what I mean? I mean, a classic one who was brilliant for sponsorship was John Davis. I mean, he'd get as much as Ivan and he wasn't half the rider. I've said it from day one, I was too lazy to do it. Never did really like him, he's an arrogant bastard, you know. He just thought he was so much better than what he was. I think John was more of an individual than a team person. You know, John was for John. He very rarely team ride with anyone. And it all worked out. I had to do 4 races and get no points. Yeah, I got a lot of flack for it. I was gutted about it, you know, but I saw probably an easy option by going to Hackney.
Yeah.
And I did feel bad about it, but I'd served British Speedway well till then. He had a reputation.
Yeah, ruthless.
Yeah, very.
Ruthless or dirty?
Dirty, yeah.
Would actually hurt people.
Yeah, yeah, he wouldn't think twice about sticking you in, you know. And that was the end. Last of the, I didn't ride again. No. I decided then I didn't want to get hurt by the likes of Tilbury and all that. You know, they didn't have a brain. They were just, you know, to get stuffed through the fence by your teammate while you're team riding. You know, it just didn't appeal to me. You know, yeah. So I just decided there and then I didn't want to ride anymore.
The skull and crossbones resplendent on that race jacket. Get those photographs, get the cameras going. That was absolutely fantastic to see. Right, Malcolm, just have to stay where he is for a moment or two. Malcolm, can we just ask you? Mo's on your machine. We'll be accepting bids for that in a few moments' time.
Okay.
That's the trouble with Backtrack, you just don't want to put it down. Read my exclusive column in every issue of this great magazine.